Let me tell you an uncomfortable truth. The life of a man is hard. All your life you've been lied to and told that just because you are a man, you have it easy. You've been told that while men have it easy, women live in constant fear and have it hard. I want you to think back to when you first heard that message and wonder, who told you this? Was it your 300-pound school teacher with blue hair? Or maybe some twerking teen with a dumpy on TikTok? To be a man of any worth in this world, you have to embrace the hardness and make it become a part of who you are. If you want to rekindle that masculine flame and increase your presence, drive, focus, and testosterone, this is the place for you. Here are 7 lessons men learn too late in life. Lesson 1. Only speak when necessary. There's a story that goes something like this. One day, while Turtle was walking, he noticed some birds flying overhead. He yelled to them, "Where are you going?" The 2 birds flew down and answered, "We're flying south for the winter." "What is in the south?" Turtle asked. "Don't you know anything?" the birds said. "In the south there is a lot of food, and it is nice and warm." "That sounds wonderful," Turtle said. "May I go with you?" "No way. You can't fly," replied the birds. Turtle kept pestering them until they finally agreed, on one condition. You see, these birds were cunning and didn't like the turtle, so they told him, "If you come with us, you must hang on to a stick and not let go until we get there." "That won't be a problem," Turtle said. "Once I bite something, I won't let go until I want to." So the 2 birds grasped each end of a stick with their feet. Turtle bit tightly onto the middle of the stick and hung on. At first, Turtle enjoyed his ride, but then he began to feel anxious. He wanted to know how far they had traveled, so he tried to get the birds' attention by mumbling, but the cunning birds pretended not to hear Turtle. Soon, they were really high, and Turtle was getting worried. He worried about whether the birds knew where they were going and when they would get there. He wiggled his legs to get the birds' attention, but they ignored him. Unfortunately, Turtle's curiosity got the best of him, and he opened his mouth to ask, "Are we there yet?" But the birds didn't hear his question because he was falling quickly to the earth. This story perfectly illustrates how talking too much can cause you to self-destruct. As a man, you should always say just less than necessary. Instead of talking, you should quietly observe other people. Try this. Next time you are with others, say 50% less than usual. Watch them clamor for your attention or ask you if everything is all right. Just calmly respond to them and move on. When you make something more scarce, the value goes up, just like your words and presence. Now, think about what happens to something's value when it is in surplus. Lesson 2. Men have to create their value. Women are born with it. This ties back to where I discussed the lies they feed you when you are young. Indeed, 50 to 100 years ago, women were oppressed. Even today, in many parts of the world, they still are. But in first world countries, if you still believe women are oppressed, you have been brainwashed. There are only 3 things on earth that are loved unconditionally: women, children, and dogs. If you want to earn the title of a man and be loved, you have to work for it. I want you to ask yourself, how many homeless women have you seen compared to men? You can't expect to be born pretty and have everything given to you. You have to create your own value. Get your dream physique. Get your money up. Work on your charisma and style. By creating your own value, you go from a victim mindset to a conqueror mindset. Number 3, If on a date, never ask a woman where she wants to go. Before the alphabet warriors and Karens get to me, let me explain. As the man, it is your masculine imperative to be the leader, not the follower. If you are truly a masculine man, you will attract a truly feminine woman. These dynamics have been like this since the dawn of civilization and are the true key to fruitful relationships. You see, deep down, women get aroused by men who are stronger, smarter, and able to replace them. It keeps them on their toes. Being decisive is an incredibly attractive trait for a man because it proves to your girl she chose a winner who's comfortable being in charge. When someone asks you for your opinion on what to eat or where to go, never say you don't know or be indecisive. Just pick one and stick with it. After all, they asked for your opinion. Number 4. Question everything. One thing we will always preach on this channel is to question everything critically. Ask yourself if the advice someone is giving you makes sense. Or are people trying to exploit you for their own personal gain? Even this channel should not be an exception. If you hear something that sounds off or goes against your core principles or beliefs, you should think critically about it. Especially if you can see the media is pushing the agenda heavily. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Who is telling me this information? Do they truly care about my well-being? What are they trying to achieve? This is one of the core masculine principles that men have lost over the years. Number 5, look people dead in the eyes. I want you to think back. Have you ever talked to someone with shifty eyes? Now think of someone who looked you straight in the eye. What person did you respect more? Men who can't see your eyes give off nervous, unconfident energy. A key part of holding your masculine frame is to look people straight in the eye. This gives you a powerful, confident, masculine aura, making you appear more dominant. Of course, don't stare. When they are speaking, you can look away briefly from time to time. But whenever you say something and you want to be respected, say it to their face and look them in the eye. Number 6, the biggest risk is no risk. After Elon Musk and the PayPal mafia built and sold PayPal to eBay, Musk walked away with a cool $100 million at 31. He could have easily gone off the grid and retired stress-free to do whatever he wanted. Instead, Elon took a huge risk. He put all his money into his new business venture, SpaceX. Because of this risk, Elon went from mansions and pina coladas to dead broke and 50-cent noodles. Fast forward 2 decades of relentless focus and work, and that risk paid off. Many men go through life playing it safe. They take no risk, and as a consequence, they get no rewards. If you have dreams of being a successful man, the biggest risk for you is to take no risks. Everything worthwhile in life is worth taking a risk. Number 7, happiness is always a choice. Unless you or a family member is terminally ill, there is no excuse for you to not be happy. Happiness is a frame of mind. You can be dead broke and happier than a billionaire with seemingly everything. As men, we should always have control over our emotions. Expecting women, money, or material objects to make your life happy will lead you into a never-ending chase. Always look for the positive in every situation. Let's say it's raining. One person might jump around in joy, while the other person curses God for allowing bad weather to take place. Same situation, different outlook. Every day you should take a deep breath and remind yourself of the things that you are grateful for. On that note, if you want to join the top 0.1% of men in life, like the video and subscribe.